What's good, everybody? How are you all doing? Today, we have a lot to talk about right now because of the moments and games that happened in today's NBA. But before all of that, I just want to tell you that I didn't watch every single NBA game today because I only have two eyes. And I'm gonna just talk to you all about the games that I watched with my two very eyes, man. And the first game we will talk about is the Philadelphia 76ers versus the forgot what team was that versus the Pelicans. This was a game that the Sixers should have won because there was no Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, but they still had a hard time in this because of the bench production of the Pelicans and the production of also their starters with Lonzo and Eric Bledsoe, but Lonzo was a bit off in this game. So it was really based on their bench and a good game by Jackson Hayes. But this was a game shown or was proven by Embiid, and it's also a game that tells him that he should still be in the conversation for MVP. But it was a close game because of turnovers in the last seconds. But hey man, this was a close game, but this is still a game that shows why Embiid should still be in the conversation for the MVP. The next game I watched is the Charlotte Hornets versus the Orlando Magic. This was a good game for Orlando because they're still a rebuilding team, but it showed the potential of Dwayne Bacon, who scored like 27 points today. Cole Anthony, who scored like 20, and also a good game from RJ Hampton. If you watch my previous video on the Orlando Magic rebuild, I told you all that RJ Hampton is my favorite player to watch in Orlando right now. So yeah, he had a good game, but it was also a good game from LaMelo Ball, who did his inner Zion Williamson thing without making a three-point shot and scored like 27 points. He was always doing layups. I think he didn't make even like a jump shot. It was only like free throws and layups inside the paint game. He still does LaMelo Ball things, but he just he just did layups, he just did passing, but no jump shots. You know what I'm saying? He did his free throws and all of that. And this was also a good game for them because it helps them elevate into the what you call this the seeded in the playoffs or for the play-in tournament. The next game I didn't really watch it, but but this was a big game loss for Boston Celtics fans because they are now in the play-in tournament. And a game I didn't watch, but I thought I was supposed to watch, but when I turned it on, it was already end of the game. It was the Minnesota versus the Miami Heat. It was a good game for Miami as they were able to get the sixth seed in today's Eastern Conference Final, which is a big game win for them because they are out of the play-in tournament, making Boston be in the play-in tournament. And the next game we will be talking about, and I'm gonna give love to this team, is the game between the Denver Nuggets and the Utah Jazz. Yo, this was a big game for Bojan Bogdanovic, who scored his career high of 48 points per game. Per game, it was his career high, 48 points. He was on fire in this game, bro. This was a game between the front runner MVP in Nikola Jokic versus what others say as also the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year, um, Rudy Gobert. You know what I'm saying? I forgot his name. I don't know why. But yo, this was a great, great game, bro. I tell you that. And if you watch this game fully, you will see that Bojan Bogdanovic is really a bucket getter, bro. He was on fire throughout this game. And I just want to give love to Utah Jazz entirely, bro. Because this team is really under the radar. They are one of the best teams in the league right now, and you won't get to hear any news from them except if someone scores a lot, like Bojan Bogdanovic right now, and Rudy Gobert or like Donovan Mitchell does something huge. But you won't hear even a slight of news about their games from ESPN or even highlights from ESPN, Sports Center, and Bleacher Report. I know that there are fans right there who are mad at Rudy Gobert because he doesn't score that much. And this game shows that even though he doesn't score that much, he is still a very, very great and I think the valuable player in Utah Jazz. Because Donovan Mitchell was out because of injury, and Jamal Murray is out. But if them two were there, this game would be a classic. But it's still a very good game. And even though without Donovan Mitchell, there are still players in that Utah Jazz organization that can score. you have Jordan Clarkson who scored like 20 plus or 23, who made the clutchest 3-point shot in the game today. And you also have like uh, Joe Ingles who could score at least 20 points, but he didn't score the 20 points. He was a bit off in this game. But it was the night of Bojan Bogdanovic, bro. And Rudy Gobert did this thing on defense. It's very important. Same as with Royce O'Neal and with Ingles and with I think also Miye also did his thing. It was a great game, and I want to show love because like everyone in Utah can score. There was even no Mike Conley in this game, and it was like it's still fluid. It was still good. Their team is so solid. They're like the Spurs before, but right now, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, I just want to give love to Utah because what they have done and what they have did to become like one of the top seeded teams in the league today. With Denver right now, they're also a great team. Michael Porter led this team in scoring. He scored like 31 points per game. And he has been so great since Jamal Murray got injured. And he led the team in scoring. He did his work. He was my favorite player in his draft. And I think that was the 2018 draft. And I was mad when the Bulls didn't get him, but it's okay, bro. But this has been a very very good game for both of them. Same with Nikola Jokic, he did his thing. He showed why he is still the front candidate for MVP and why he's going to win MVP. This is also a game where he showed that. But even though he made the crucial turnover in the last moment, he still showed why he is still the league's MVP at the current state right now. So then we go on to the next game, which was the Phoenix Suns and the New York Knicks. This was also a good game. Like all the games I'm gonna talk about are good games, alright? And I gotta tell you, you gotta watch the highlights or you gotta watch the full game back because like these games are really fire, bro. But this was a game wherein RJ Barrett was really on fire, and only in the first half. Because like in the second half he was like gone. But like this was a team show by Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Michael Bridges. They just did their thing, bro. And the Knicks tried to come back, but you know, Knicks tried to do it, but Phoenix had their runs, they were on fire, especially with Michael Bridges on it. Yo, this team is really so good, bro, and I want them to be in the conference finals. I said it right here. I want them in the conference finals, and I think the conference finals I want is like Lakers and Suns, because that would be a also good thing. But I don't know what if that would happen, and this will be a good transition because we're going to talk right now about the Lakers and the Portland Trailblazers game. Yo, this game was close. Like literally close, bro. Like if you look at the game today, their final score was 101-106. That's just gonna tell you that it was a very very good game. Like but the only thing that was sad or the thing that only ended it all was when Anthony Davis did this very good clutch block, but then when they got the rebound, they passed it to Kyle Kuzma, who was very, very off in this game. He just like turned off. He just missed a shot, and it really turned them off right now. I wanna talk more about the Lakers because this team needs another playmaker. Okay, with LeBron out and maybe returning next week because that's the thing he's planning on, and we also have like Dennis Schroeder who is also out and who is planning and maybe coming back before the play-in tournament. This team needs another playmaker or like maybe a third playmaker because like if you watch this game there wasn't really that much of a ball movement and like Caruso isn't really a playmaker, so that makes Anthony Davis, Drummond, and like other players to have trouble finding their shots. So they really need to find another playmaker. This was also a great game from Damian Lillard. This is like a very good game for them. It's like comebacks because like a couple of weeks ago they were really off, but since that days they were back on a groove. They were back on the mood and doing that. And the Lakers are now the seventh seed who are now in the play-in tournament at Portland. Rip City in the sixth seed. Now, I want to talk to you all about the play-in tournament because this was a video I like planned on doing, but since this game was very important, the most watched game right now is about the play-in tournament. I just want to tell you my thoughts about the play-in tournament. Alright, so the play-in tournament was something that was made last year, and they continued it throughout this year. And it was in the bubble last year, which was very great. And it even made like the Phoenix Suns to even go like 14-0, but they didn't even make it to the play-in tournament. If I'm right, I'm not sure about that. But hey man, this is something that I think shouldn't have happened this year, because last year was a different situation than this year. Because even though we're still both in the pandemic, this last season was very short, and this season was really long. Like not literally long, but like 72 games is still long. Unlike last year, which was really short and just like for 2 months. And the play-in tournament was really necessary because like 7 to 10, they are really like they are still fighting because like they have less games. You know what I'm saying? But hey man, this season shouldn't have happened, bro. Because like look at the players right now. Look at that. If you look at the players' perspective right now, they work their asses off to be in the playoffs, and that will just be taken away from them. Yo, that's gonna be crazy, bro. And especially right now, the NBA needs to be scared or must be scared right now because the Lakers are in the play-in tournament, and the last time the Lakers were not in the playoffs, viewership was down, and that was the Toronto Raptors championship team. That was a Kawhi led team, and yo, I don't know what the NBA is feeling right now. They will remove it next season, but look, this is something that doesn't need to happen again. But I know it's good for the fans because like I myself as well as a fan enjoys watching this one because it's like our March Madness, or it's like our pre-game before the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this is something that the NBA needs to talk about. It's like we've heard a lot of reactions or like complaints from, first was Draymond Green, next was Luca. Shout out to Luca who became the youngest person, active player to reach 5,000 points. And you have latest or a couple of days ago was LeBron who said the person should be fired, or the one who made it should be fired. So yeah, this is something that I want to like really talk about before, because like it's a different situation. I know it's like baseball made it as well because like they have the wild card rule, but this is way more different than that, or it's way more different from them because like they played 100 games just to be in the play-in tournament. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is something the NBA needs to talk more about. But for me, this is something that should end right now because like the games are good, the players are good. Because like we're going to get maybe a Stephen Curry versus LeBron James in the play-in tournament, bro. Play-in, not playoffs. Play-in. It's only one game, so like you see. So like we're going to have a good games, but this is something that you gotta like understand from players' perspective and fans' perspective as well. And those 5 days of like a play-in tournament, those are 5 very good days for all NBA players because they get to rest, they get to get their bodies be ready for the playoffs. And like if you watch this, if you go to the play-in tournament, the players play their ass off just to be the seventh or eighth seed. And if you know the series or the playoff history, seventh and eighth seed, they really lose in the first round. So, and what if someone gets injured? The meaning the playoffs or the series wouldn't be really nice to watch anymore. So yeah, I'm also concerned for the players' health. I'm also concerned from the fans. Like, but I know the fans will going to enjoy this. But this will be also like a sad thing because like fans of the teams who will be eliminated will be also sad because they will be in the lottery. But hey man, this is something the NBA should really talk about, bro, or like really did decide on their next like couple years, bro, in the line. So yeah, those are the things that I just want to talk about right now, and those are the things that happened in the NBA today. Hey man, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment down your thoughts on this and on the play-in tournament. And yo, Lakers fans, tell me what you're feeling right now. Right? Tell me what you're feeling or like what are your thoughts right now because you're in the play-in tournament. And yeah, I'm a fan of the play-in tournament. I agree with the play-in tournament, but I'm just concerned about the players and the rest because maybe we get injured players and we won't make a good playoff series or a playoff three or games. So yeah, Lakers fans, tell me how you feel, bro. And yeah, see you all soon. Subscribe if you want for more contents like this. Peace.